Hello, and a warm welcome to the Youngs People podcast, where we chat all things Youngs with the people that make it what it is. This series is all about shining a spotlight on some of the great ideas, stories, and initiatives across Youngs pubs, and of course, the people behind them. Now, we're kicking off this very first episode with something really rather special and completely unique to Youngs. It is, of course, the RAM Agency. So, let's get into it. And starting out, I feel that there's no better way to start than to introduce the one, the only, the powerhouse behind the RAM Agency. It's Monse.
Hi, everyone. Hi, thank you, Elise.
Oh.
Hi, everyone. So,
introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do?
So, I'm the general manager of the RAM Agency. Okay, been working and joined the RAM Agency 4 years ago. And we started, Abby actually started and came with the idea of giving people opportunity to work flexible. So we have lots of demand and inquiries of people that they had other jobs, they were at university, they had a busy lifestyle, but they wanted to work with us in our pubs. So we created the RAM Agency, and through the RAM Agency, we are giving people opportunity to, work flexible, to choose when and where to work.
Amazing. And where did this start? Where did the idea start? Were we spending a lot on external RAM agency, sorry?
Yes, a combination of, trying to save money to the business and gathering a group of people that they have they have busy lives, they had other commitments, but they want to still work in pubs.
Yeah.
They like hospitality, they like the social aspect of working in pubs. So it works for both. It works very, very well. We have at the moment 750 people in the RAM Agency.
Wow.
And with that comes that we managed to save loads of money to Jans.
Oh my goodness.
1.3 million.
I was hoping we'd get a number. 1.3 million pounds saved in agency fees.
That is correct, Elise.
Wow.
So that is
amazing.
Gives you, the indicator of how, successful the RAM Agency has been. Without saying, lots of work from everyone in people team, helping and supporting every day the RAM Agency, and nevertheless, GMs have been supporting the RAM Agency massively. And today with us, we have Tallon.
We do. We've got a few people. So we've got Tallon, who's GM at the Wheat Sheaf.
Yeah.
Is that right?
GM of the Wheat Sheaf. I help Monse with a lot of the inductions and the practical interviews, front of house and back of house.
Nice. And then we've got two other guests. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Giulia. I'm part of the RAM Agency.
Fab.
And we've got...
I'm Ollie. I'm one of the head chefs in the RAM Agency.
Fantastic. Amazing. Well, thank you for coming along. And I think we're going to have a little bit of an explore about how RAM Agency has worked for you guys and the perks and all the good stuff. Is that right?
That's correct. So, Elise, let me just share that with everyone because, as I said before, we have many GMs helping and supporting the RAM Agency day in and day out. So when we started the RAM Agency was a bit of not knowing, but people like Tallon, that at the time was working at the Hope and Anchor, was managing the pub at the Hope and Anchor, when we were like, that's complicated, that Tallon was always, Monse, we can do that. We can do this, we can make the RAM Agency happen. Not just Tallon, Mark, many people from the Lamb Tavern, many people that they got, hands-on and help make the RAM Agency a success story.
Yeah, and I guess it's that GM perspective of thinking operationally how it would work, both sides, from, how would, a general manager post shifts, how would they get it covered, what would that look like? So I guess, a little bit about how was that journey?
It's been good. So Monse has kept me involved most of the way, I think. We just had an upgrade recently, so now you can put notes on the shift. So if you need a specific bartender, a glass collector, or you're desperate and you can put a little,
nice.
Give you a £50 bonus on there if you accept their shift, if it's last minute. And Monse and I worked on that together, obviously with Emily and the other people. Bowen was there as well. It's evolved drastically because I remember when we used to use, I think they were called Blue Arrow and Change Group, and they'd send people out and they had no idea anything about Youngs. They didn't know how to pour a pint, they didn't know how to do cask ales, and you're paying through the nose for them. And now we've got this lovely agency where all the Youngs pubs sell similar products. Everyone knows their specs on the cocktails and whatnot and the spritzers.
Yeah.
So it works quite well.
Amazing. And at the week shift, do you have a lot of RAM agency people working there as well?
I do. I use quite a lot. Giulia is one of mine. She was with me at the Hope and Anchor. So I think she's been with us for 3.5 years. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just quite handy because if there's a lot of people on holidays one week, I don't like to reject holidays. So as opposed to employing someone else, which will lose hours for the people when there's no one on holidays, just the RAM agency helps fill in the gaps a bit without having to recruit.
Yeah, nice. And I guess that flex throughout the year as well is really helpful, right? So, we know January payroll, we don't want to have loads of people, extra people that we've put in for Christmas. But I guess, flexing, and it's not just Christmas, is it? It could be local pubs that have seasonal events, or they have something happening down the road that they're like, okay, something's happening, we didn't actually know it was on our calendar, we need some people for next week, and putting that advert out.
Exactly, and with the RAM agency comes as well the idea of, with the calendar, people that they are working full-time or part-time in a specific pub, they can use the calendar to apply for shifts elsewhere.
Amazing.
So gives people opportunity as well to have different experiences and to work in different pubs.
Yeah, absolutely. And just before we were talking, weren't we, Ollie, about your experience of trying pubs of all different kinds, and as a chef, that's really nice to just flex it. And
yeah, it's really good to just get out of the kitchen and just be free from your gate, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because if you're just stuck in the kitchen most of the time, just in a kitchen anywhere, you just find yourself just in the same four walls pretty much all year round, 365 days a year, which is fine. It's the nature of the beast. We get it. But it is nice to go out and see new people, see new faces, see different businesses, different environments, different locations. Whether you're in central London or going down to New Forest or Cotswolds or down on the South Coast, like it's just nice to have a different location, different setup, different people that you don't normally get to meet on a day-to-day basis. So
yeah, and I imagine maybe as a chef as well, different food offers. You're
sure.
talking really varied food offers across the Young's estate. So
for sure, whether you're here in London having a kind of your street foodie vibe, when we do a lot of burger shacks here, but then you go out to the Surrey areas and you've got your game. Down in Chichester, doing a wonderful seafood game at the Crown Anchor. And it's good to keep on top of those things and see there's different seasonal varieties. And also the customer profiles everywhere is completely different.
Yeah, for
Whether it's the older generation, young generation, lunch crowd, dinner crowds. But it's nice to go and see those businesses and see how they run.
Yeah, fab, nice. And Giulia, have you worked at a fair few different pubs, or have you got a few favourites that you always kind of help out at?
I mean, I do have my favourites.
That's allowed.
I won't disclose them.
I
I have been mainly in central London just because it is closer to home. I have worked at a few southwest, but it is just a bit far to get to, like an hour and a half, sometimes no night tube. So it would be a bit difficult getting home like 2 hours later. But yeah, I do enjoy the flexibility of RAM agency, definitely.
And is it kind of the element of like picking your shift, so you can go, do you know what, this week, my life stuff's pretty chill, so actually I want to fill my Monday to Saturday and get some shifts in and then take some time off the following week.
Definitely.
Is it that sort of thing?
I usually try to work every weekend. I like the longer shifts, so
Nice.
you do get pubs that give you them, but then sometimes there's only closes left, which I can't really do because I need to go home. But yeah, you do get to pick and choose your shifts. There's a lot of flexibility. I'm really happy with everyone coming in as well, because you do get a lot of colleagues, and you meet people from other pubs and then work with them elsewhere as well. So it's nice to see familiar faces all around.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice to see that thread of social that's part of it as well, because I think it might be, to some people, they might feel a little bit resistant to RAM agency because they maybe like seeing the same people each day and that teamwork and camaraderie. But actually, to hear that that's still living and breathing in the RAM agency, because you cross paths with similar people, and you go and work at those pubs repetitively if you get on with them and if you like them. There's still that aspect, which is really nice, and I think that's probably maybe reassuring to some people as well. Fab. And I hear you've got work today. Are you on your way to a shift?
So I actually have to shoot off, but I am bringing someone else in my place. So please welcome Alice.
Amazing. Thank you, Giulia.
Have a lovely day.
Thank you,
Enjoy your
Giulia.
shift. And just like that, look, we have Alice. Alice, welcome. Take a seat.
Thank you.
So I feel like you've come in. We need a little introduction. Tell us about yourself and how long you've worked for RAM.
Well, my name is Alice. I'm supervisor with the RAM agency, and I joined them just coming up to 3.5 years ago. So pretty much near 6 months into the RAM agency, yeah.
Amazing.
And I love it, yeah. Worked with Ollie.
Yeah,
I've
we've
been to the
crossed
Wee
paths.
Chief. Didn't get to meet Tallon. You were off, I think, that now. But I've been in many different pubs, probably about 30, 40 pubs.
No way.
Yeah, easily, maybe more even.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah, and yeah, I love it. I mean, I love hospitality. I love dealing with people. I love the social aspect of going around the different places.
And Alice, please remind us, how did you start? How did you find out about the RAM agency?
I worked with a friend of mine, Premi, who was, I was working with him in a restaurant in southwest London. And he said to me, Alice, come here. One day in the back of the kitchen, he said, look at this, you've got to join the RAM agency. I said, RAM, is that part of Young's? Because I actually had worked for Young's for the Guinea Grill for many years, and I'd left for about 7 years. And he said to me, yes, look, you can choose your ships, you can go everywhere. And he said, look, I'll message Monse now. And I'm not joking you, within 5 minutes, Monse, you had messaged me back. It was that quick. And I met her like a couple of days later. Those were the days we didn't do the things online.
Yeah.
We met up face to face, interviewed, took my passport, signed the contract there and then.
Wow, and you were in.
And we're in. Yeah.
Amazing. And
yeah.
I guess it'd be curious from your side how things have evolved or how you've seen RAM Agency evolve, because you've been part of it basically since the start.
Yeah, it's come a long way, actually, I would say, in the last 3.5 years. I mean, there's a lot, more experienced people, I would think, coming on board now. People who really do know what they're doing.
Kind of ironing out the teething problems that had
Exactly,
initially.
because there was a lot of teething problems to begin with.
Especially in terms of the interview processes and trial shifts now
Yeah.
that we didn't do before, which massively helps in terms of, as we were saying earlier, about having people doing regular things, and it's just that continuity, just make sure people are on top of what they're doing.
Nice.
So before, in the early days, it was kind of, we're bringing on people and then maybe leaving them to kind of crack on with
Yes.
it and try and get some on-job training. But
Okay.
now it's a bit more systematic in terms of...
setting them up for
Yes,
success, isn't
exactly.
it? Yeah, because we
And-
want
and
that.
with that comes that, there's many people like you, both of you, they've been in the RAM agency already for a long time.
Yeah.
So these people now, and they are very successful, and they know their jobs very, very well, because the length of time that they've been working with the RAM agency. So we still have newcomers that they are not so confident, but with the support of everyone, GMs, you guys, colleagues,
absolutely,
and us, they will get there. So that is the way that we are using to make the RAM agency grow, with the support of everyone and with the massive help from Emily, that unfortunately is not here today.
Yeah, of course, we should
Yes,
mention
yes,
Emily, of
Emily,
course.
yes.
Yes.
Just
I
a rock.
know.
She is the rock of the RAM
So
agency.
Emily supports you, doesn't she, Monse, in the running of
Exactly.
of RAM
That's
Agency.
exactly the same things.
And
as I
somehow
do.
you do it, the two of you. I think
Yes.
you are probably the general manager with the biggest team in Young's. I think it's safe to say, because you have, 700 team?
And 50 people.
750 team.
And I don't know, how many were there when I joined? Not... How many
I
can
don't
you begin?
remember.
There was
but
nowhere, not many.
it was
No,
probably
no.
67 people.
Wow.
Remember, when I took over the RAM agency, was 11 people in the RAM. Was the beginning.
Wow.
That's the start. So from that is...
And you said before we started the podcast, what was the split you said in terms
Is
of the...
at the moment it's 60 front of house, 40 kitchen. But saying that, kitchen is much more active than front of house. Two reasons. One, mainly because there's more need in the pubs for supporting the kitchen, and then front of house, there is many people that they have other commitments, so they are not so keen to work so regularly. So they do one shift per week, or they work twice per month. That works very well for us, for the pubs, and for them. So.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
And so what does that process look like now in terms of if somebody is curious that's listening today and thinks it could be something for them, how would they go about getting in touch or finding out more? What's that process to get onto the RAM?
Very easy, they can apply online, they can contact us. We have, contacting us, emailing the RAM agency, asking in the pubs, and then we will follow the process straight away. As Alice said, took us 5 minutes to come back to her. We are very quick, very fast on
very
that.
proactive in getting back with anything.
Yes,
actually.
we have as well, 2 people that they are RAM agency, but they are supporting us day in, day out, which is Joanna and Cheryl, that they are based in Coppa House. They help with tasks in Coppa House, but they help massively the RAM agency as well. So a massive thank you to them.
Perfect.
Part
Dream
of the
team.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and we get on very, very well. We were very close. We, it's a team that we complement each other very, very well because every single one in the team has strengths and weakness.
Yeah.
But between all of us, we manage to, make a great team that, we hopefully support you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I said one of the main highlights from you and the team is just you're very communicative. Always
Lovely.
keeping us
Yeah,
updated
I
with
really like
everything
that, yeah.
quite constantly.
I mean, honestly, she's a chatty one.
If I message Monse and less than 5 minutes, if I call you and you can't speak, you'll say, I'll call you in a few minutes or whatever. Like you're there straight away, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't message me back, I'd say, what's wrong? Almost fine.
I feel in trouble.
I probably would,
I feel
actually.
if I don't go reply after like an hour, I feel
What
like
have I done wrong?
I'm dead to her.
That's amazing. No, but it's lovely to hear that.
Yeah.
It's similar to that reassurance of thinking, okay, well, what's that support if I don't have a general manager in the
Yeah.
pub, if I'm part of RAM, but actually that still exists.
Yeah.
And that leadership team is still
Absolutely,
there, and that
yeah.
support team.
Yeah.
It just looks a little bit different.
Yeah, absolutely. But then, the GMs are super keen and they really look after RAM agency staff. So we have that on mind that, if I call Tallon or Matt or, Giulia, I always have a good response and, can you support us with that bit of training? This person is interested in learning a bit more about commis chef role or head chef or whatever, and they are always willing and happy to support the training and with us. So
Amazing.
yeah, we
And I
can
think
keep-
it's important
we
to
can
say
keep
that
people.
all the RAM agency get the same perks as any Young's employee, like holiday pay, your share of the service charge, of whatever place you're working. I never have any problems with that. You can buy shares if you want to buy shares. You get your 20% discount,
Fantastic.
etc. So
yeah.
same perks.
You're a member of the Ramily, for sure.
exactly.
Really
Yeah.
valued members, yeah.
Even down to like the master classes and
all of this
service masters and things like that. They're all available.
All the
constantly.
training and development, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and as Alice was mentioning earlier on, the opportunity to work further away. She was like, Monse, I really want to go and work in Cheltenham.
Yes, I do. Yeah, things like this, I do. I want to go to one of the places where there's a hotel as well. I can stay overnight. Just do something different.
Yeah.
And there is that opportunity, so I'm going to take it, Monse.
You are in.
Absolutely, yeah. There comes even more
Yeah.
pros sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
absolutely,
sure.
yeah.
Amazing. So I guess I wonder, as we kind of wrap up a little bit, maybe if we have a nugget of advice from all of you, maybe tell them from yourself, as maybe to another GM, how would you recommend they utilise RAM the best they can, or what are the benefits you'd say?
Massive benefits for RAM, obviously. If you're short on a shift, they're going to cover you. They know the menu, they know everything. They're amazing. I think my key tip is just to take care of them. Make sure they're happy on shift. Treat them like a member of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, they're not going to come back. And then you're always going to be short. Whereas like Giulia, she's there every week now. Sometimes a little bit too much. I've also got a sister working there, so it's a lot. It's a lot of them. But yeah, I think just taking care of them, making sure they're happy and feel like they're part of the team.
Yeah, brilliant. Amazing. Thank you. Ollie?
For chefs on the RAM, I suppose it would just be go explore, meet people, see different businesses, see different food games. But ultimately, you are there to support. So just come in, proactive, have some initiative, and make friends. Just make friends, because you never know who you're going to cross paths with later on, or see in the future. Yeah. So that's my kind of greatest tip, really.
Fab, amazing. And Alice?
Yeah, pretty much similar. I think, as I said, I work front of house, so I think it's fantastic to go around and see, even though all Young's pubs, a lot of them do operate very differently. You know, they have different restaurants, they have different bar service. So it is nice to experience different side of things and say, oh, wow, this one does like this here, doesn't in the other. And maybe you can take some ideas along with you to the next place and say, hey, would you maybe think about doing this?
Absolutely, yeah. No, that's a really nice one. Yeah, for sure. You can share your experience of that wider with pub teams and spread the love, I guess.
Exactly.
Amazing.
I'll just say that's probably the biggest perk to us is we get to see the uniqueness of every pub.
Exactly, yeah, we do.
Because it's easy to get stuck in your own space, but we get to see how
That's
different
working
all
for
the
the
sites
RAM
are.
agency as well. As I said before, you don't have to get caught up in any work politics at all.
Pub drama, avoid the pub drama.
That's it, you just listen, be a spectator. Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
Off now. Won't see you next week.
Bye.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, genuinely, all of you. Your insight has been
pleasure.
really, really useful.
Yeah.
And obviously, Monse, thank you so much for being the amazing powerhouse behind
Pleasure for
the
having
Ram
us.
Thank you,
Agency.
Monse.
Not at all. So I guess, if you're curious about RAM, please do get in touch with Monse. Monse will get back to you within 5 minutes, I hear. So we'll get back to you for sure. And thanks so much for listening, and please join us next time. Toodaloo.